Howdy fellas, Uncle Sasquatch and Jake. Today's video was supposed to have been presentation or draw, but the weather didn't cooperate. So what I'm going to do today is part 4 of the video, which is the use of deadly force. First of all, let's define deadly force. You might think that that's the actual discharge of your weapon, but it's not. The state of Tennessee is displaying any weapon in a manner that could cause death or serious bodily injury. So it's not just the discharge of the weapon. There are 5 criteria that most or all must be met before you can use deadly force, even draw your gun. The first thing there has to be is a reasonable fear of death or serious bodily injury. Now notice that said reasonable. You can't use deadly force just because you feel threatened. Threat has to be real. Threat also has to be imminent. It's going to have to happen right now. Your perpetrator or attacker must have the ability. He must have opportunity, and your life also must be in jeopardy. Pretty much the same as number 1. Now to put that in a bit of perspective, let's say we have an attacker 50 feet away that has a knife that says he's going to come over there to you and carve you up like a Christmas goose. Can you shoot him? No, you cannot. He has the ability, he has the opportunity. You're probably in jeopardy, and you probably have a reasonable fear of death or serious bodily injury because of the distance. It's not imminent. It's not going to happen right now. Now, let's look at it. If the guy starts charging towards you, does that change the situation? Yes, it does. Then you could display your weapon to stop the threat. Now, if that distance, if he drew back to throw the knife at you, can you use deadly force? Yes, you can. He may not can throw a knife worth a hoot, but a blind hog finds an acorn every now and then. So don't wait until you get out into the public with your concealed or open carry, whatever's allowable in your state, and then say, hold on just a second there, Mr. Bad Guy, let me get this list out and see if I can use deadly force. You need to start thinking about this each and every day when you're out and about. Look at something that could become a threat and assess it and say, could I pull my weapon? Another thing, a lot of times, if you're carrying concealed, if you just pull your coat back or pull your shirt up, however you happen to be carrying your gun, and let that person know that you're armed to a greater degree than he is, then a lot of times it will diffuse the threat. And one more thing I want to mention is number of attackers and disparity in size of attackers. You know, I'm a pretty big guy, but I ain't as good as I once was. You know, I'm getting older. Say I've got 6 muscled up bodybuilders that says they're going to tear my head off, and they start toward me. Because of the sheer number of attackers, that puts me in a reasonable fear of death, serious bodily injury, and it satisfies all the other criteria. So I could show deadly force. And you take a 6'4", 260-pound guy that's got a bad reputation for beating up on women, and the lady he's attacking knows this, and she's only 5 foot nothing. She can display her weapon. She can use deadly force to defuse the threat. You need to research the laws and the criteria in your state and apply them appropriately. And like I said, study it when you're out in the public. Decide, can I do this, or should I just be a zero and not a hero? As always, thank you for watching. Mind your powder, or keep your powder dry, and mind your top knot, Pilgrim. See you next time.